Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bald Prairie Real Estate. My name's Matthew, that's my trusted assistant 𝗵𝗲𝗲𝗏, and on this episode, we are talking condos versus houses. By the end of the video, you are gonna know whether you should buy a condo or whether you should buy a house. But before we get started, we need to start off with another terrible joke, and this one comes from a viewer again. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. If you have a terrible joke that I can use in a future episode of Bald Prairie Real Estate, put it in the comments below. Like this video if you love learning about real estate, and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, before we start talking about why, are we talking about why condos are way better than houses? Hold up, we haven't even explained to them what a condo is yet. Okay, fine. When most people think condos, they're probably thinking of the high-rise apartment style properties. And yes, that is a condo, but there's more than that. The word condominium doesn't actually denote a style of building, it denotes a style of ownership. That's right, condos come in all types of shapes and sizes, which is why it's not your turn yet to talk about why condos are not better than houses. When you own a condominium, you essentially have exclusive access to your unit and to probably a parking stall or something like that, and you own the rest of the building in common with all the other owners. Can we get to talking about why condos are way better already? Okay, fine, go ahead and start. Yes! When you're buying a condo, you're buying a lifestyle, and that is less hassle and typically less maintenance. Who wants to go and worry about cutting grass and shoveling snow when you could instead just lock the door of your condo, walk downstairs to your favorite bar or restaurant and not worry about it? And if it isn't walking distance from your condo, most of the time condos are near transit centers, so you can just jump on transit and go. You don't have to worry about finding a parking place once you get there. Ugh, it's terrible. Typically condos are cheaper per square foot than houses because you're not buying the land, you're only buying what you need, just that place to live. You may also have some or all of your utilities included in your condo fees, meaning you can use as much hot water and electricity as you want. Lastly, you don't have to worry about an expensive repair bill sneaking up on you because repairs are built into your condo fees. Not true. Ignore him. He's just a real estate agent, wants you to buy a house no matter what, doesn't care what kind of market it's in. But yeah, I guess there are some drawbacks to condos. That condo guy just won't stop talking about how awesome condos are. He ignores all of the drawbacks and negatives about buying a condo. It's probably because he's a real estate agent and just wants you to buy something. And remember when he said you won't have any expensive repair bills when you own a condo? Well, that's not true. If there is a major repair that needs to be done on your condo and the condo board doesn't have enough money in reserve, they're going to bill each and individual owner their proportionate share of that repair. Could be tens of thousands of dollars. And the worst part is, you might not even know about that bill upcoming until you get it handed to you, because all those are going to be made by the board and not by the individual owners. Make sure you attend your condo meetings. And if you want to do renovations on your condo, you're going to need approval from that very same board to make any changes. Because remember, in a condo, you basically only own the paint in and the flooring up. Often condos can be noisier because you're going to have shared walls, be it beside you or above and below you. And remember, if you want a dog, a cute one like this one, in your condo, well, you're going to need condo approval, and that is if they allow pets in the condo in the first place. Hey, when are you going to tell them that when you own a house, you have to drive everywhere because there's no public transit in the suburbs? He just never stops, does he? You can tell him that later. We need to talk about the elephant in the room, or the elephant in the condo fees, because when you own a condo, you're going to have condo fees. Those not only are an added expense each and every single month, they reduce what you can qualify when you're looking to buy a house or a condo, because condo fees are counted against you in your qualification. It also makes them harder to resell sometimes if you have very high condo fees. And remember, condo fees are pretty much always going to go up, but if they get really high, that means that fewer buyers can afford to buy your condo, because that same reason, those condo fees count against their qualification too. Okay, that's enough bashing condos there, house-loving Matt. It's time to talk about why buying a house is a terrible idea. Houses are almost always more expensive than condos because you have to buy all that land too. And then who wants to cut the grass, shovel the snow, and do yard maintenance? Yuck. Yuck. And it's not just yard maintenance. If something breaks or needs to be fixed, you have to fix it. You don't have somebody in your condo board that just takes care of it for you, and then you have to budget for all of that too. And not only houses more expensive up front, they have higher utility bills, insurance bills, property tax bills, plus all those repairs and maintenance you gotta put money aside for. And did I mention that more often than not, houses aren't in very walkable neighborhoods? You have to drive everywhere to get to something that you want to do. Hey, are you done bashing houses yet? I wanna tell them why they should buy a house. Oh, there he goes again. He's probably gonna tell you next how he knows a great agent in your market if you don't already have one, and you can book him in for a buyer's consultation by clicking the link in the description below to his calendar. I sure am. I do know a great agent in your area. I've got a link to my calendar. You can find it in the description below. Let's chat. If I have to hear one more thing from that condo guy, I'm gonna lose it. He wants you to buy a condo even if you knew the market was gonna crash, because he wants that sweet, sweet commission check. How else are you gonna have space for Matilda without a big backyard let her run around in? And it's likely gonna be a lot more quieter if you buy a house because you don't have the busy street or the downtown entertainment going all night long. You're gonna have more privacy because houses are typically spaced more apart and not stacked on top of each other like condos. Do you wanna know what the approval process looks like when you wanna do a renovation or an upgrade on a house? Well, something like this. Do I have enough money? Yes. It's approved.
That was easy.
Being able to do those repairs, renovations, upgrades, that's one of the awesome things about buying a house. Owning a house is all about the freedom and flexibility. You've got that house, but also all of the yard space. If you want to have friends over and go in the backyard, you can do that in a house. You don't have to ask or sign up on a permission slip if you want to use the common space. When my wife and I moved from our condo to our house, the two things that we noticed the most was how much quieter it was at night because we didn't have all the noise in the parking lot and people around us, but also how much space we had. I swear sometimes I had to call her because I didn't know where she was in the house. In these videos, I always want to teach a lesson. So what is the lesson between buying a condo or buying a house? Which one is better? Well, like most things in life, there isn't really a black and white answer. Buying a home is a lifestyle choice. Condominiums have a much more hassle-free, maintenance-free lifestyle, whereas houses typically have more freedom and privacy. And you need to decide which one of those lifestyles better suits what you're looking for in a home. And remember, the condos come in all shapes and sizes because it's a style of ownership, not a style of a building. Choice is yours. But you know what isn't a choice? Watching another awesome episode on Bald Prairie Real Estate. Right here is my first-time homebuyers playlist. It's going to answer all those questions you might have as a first-time homebuyer. And right here is what the YouTube algorithm says you need to watch next on Bald Prairie Real Estate. As always, guys, thanks very much for watching.